Following the Young Thug trial, attorney Brian Steele was held in contempt and subsequently ordered to remain in the Fulton County Jail. Greetings everyone! Today's video focuses on the case of attorney Brian Steele, who found himself in a predicament during the Young Thug trial in Fulton County. He was held in contempt by the court for his refusal to reveal the source of his information. Despite repeated demands from the judge, Steele chose to remain silent, resulting in a jail sentence. This trial also witnessed witness Kenneth Copeland's evasive testimony and complaints. Young Thug is currently facing charges related to gang activity, drug offences and gun offences. While some defendants have already pleaded guilty, Young Thug and others are still undergoing trial. Now, without any further delay, let's dive into our discussion. During the Young Thug YSL RICO trial in Fulton County, attorney Brian Steele faced consequences as he was found in contempt of court on Monday afternoon, resulting in his subsequent sentencing to jail time. During the lunch recess, Steele, one of the attorneys representing Jeffrey Williams, Young Thug, approached the bench and disclosed his awareness of a prior ex parte conversation that occurred on Monday morning before court proceedings. During this discussion, which encompassed the judge, prosecutors and witness Kenneth "Lil Woody" Copeland, it was revealed that Copeland confessed to the murder of Donovan "Nut" Thomas Jr. Judge Glanville expressed a desire to uncover how Steele came across this information, but Steele remained steadfast in his refusal to reveal his source. After granting Steele a brief 5-minute window to reconsider, the judge, in a display of authority, warned him about the potential consequences of contempt of court before abruptly leaving the courtroom. Upon the judge's return and Steele's continued refusal to disclose the source, he was found in contempt and instructed to be taken into custody. Prior to Steele's removal, multiple attorneys raised the issue of a mistrial. Furthermore, Steele brought to Judge Glanville's attention that the removal deprived his client, Young Thug, of his right to legal representation and once more requested a mistrial. Following a brief recess, Steele was granted permission to rejoin the courtroom and actively engage in the ongoing proceedings for the remainder of the day. Nevertheless, Judge Glanville explicitly stated that if Steele failed to disclose his source by 5 p.m., he would be detained for showing contempt towards the court. Judge Glanville and Ashley Merchant engaged in a discussion regarding the type of contempt Steele should be held in, as well as the possibility of declaring a mistrial or inviting another judge to preside over the case. This deliberation continued until Judge Glanville called for another 5-minute break at 6:30 p.m. At precisely 7:30 p.m., the judge made his return to the courtroom and instructed Steele to stand alongside his legal representatives. The decision was made to hold Steele in criminal contempt, as stated by him. He has been instructed to spend a maximum of 20 days at the Fulton County Jail. Over the course of the next 10 weekends, he is required to report to the jail. Steele mentioned his intention to make an appeal, but in the event that it is unsuccessful and he is not granted bond, he inquired with the judge about the possibility of spending his 20 days in jail alongside Young Thug to assist in his court preparation. The judge expressed his lack of opposition and mentioned his intention to communicate with the Fulton County Sheriff in order to explore the possibility of assisting with the necessary arrangements. Tom Church, an experienced trial lawyer, offered his expert perspective on the judge's ruling, providing valuable insights from his professional standpoint. Church emphasized the importance of responding to a judge's inquiries while also acknowledging Mr. Steele's entitlement to attorney-client privilege. The information he acquired during the course of his work is considered confidential, and any divulgence of this information could result in disciplinary action from the bar. This predicament leaves attorneys questioning the appropriate course of action. According to Church, Glanville's ruling was deemed as an instance of exceeding authority due to the exceptional circumstances involved. The court proceedings are scheduled to recommence at 9:30 a.m. on Tuesday. At its core, contempt refers to the recognition of disrespect or defiance within the confines of a legal court. It is crucial to understand that an individual can be held in contempt for an act committed either within the courtroom or beyond its walls. In the case of failing to fulfill court-ordered child support, a parent may face charges of contempt. Criminal contempt, on the other hand, pertains to deliberate acts of obstructing justice, such as intimidating a witness or judge, or concealing evidence. When an individual disrupts the proceedings within a courtroom, it is referred to as civil contempt. Typically, the judge will initially provide a warning if someone displays rudeness or disrespect. If the disruptive behavior persists, the judge has the authority to hold that person in contempt. Engaging in civil contempt involves the act of defying a court order, which can encompass various obligations such as child support or even alimony. On the day that Kenneth Copeland, also known as Lil Woody, gave his long-awaited testimony, the consequences for showing contempt in court were made clear. These penalties can range from monetary fines to covering the opposing party's legal expenses, and in some cases, even imprisonment. Shortly before noon on Monday, Copeland, who had exercised his Fifth Amendment right and been arrested the previous Friday, was escorted into the courtroom. Despite being called upon to testify, he continued to display hesitance, offering evasive responses that spanned from his uncertainty about his birth date to his alleged memory problems concerning his children's ages and his own arrest record. When requested to identify Shannon Stillwell in the courtroom, Copeland initially cited issues with his vision, taking an extended period to scan the room before incorrectly identifying other individuals as Stillwell. While being questioned, Copeland admitted to the prosecutor that he didn't have a good relationship with Shannon when they were younger, but he emphasized that he was open to dating anyone, including the prosecutor. During the court proceedings, Copeland expressed discomfort due to the heat and inquired about the possibility of removing his jail attire. Copeland, a previously convicted individual, was apprehended in Fulton County in October 2021 while operating a vehicle that contained a loaded firearm. Following his apprehension, Copeland allegedly provided law enforcement with details regarding numerous previous and forthcoming criminal activities. Additionally, Copeland expressed his willingness to assist in obtaining a confession from Young Thug. The media obtained a leaked video of his interview with the police. Following Copeland's arrest, Young Thug's lawyer, Brian Steele, promptly requested a mistrial, but the judge rejected the motion. In May 2022, a grand jury in Fulton County indicted Young Thug, and additional charges were included in a subsequent indictment in August of the same year. The second indictment alleges that Young Thug, along with 27 other individuals, conspired to breach Georgia's Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, commonly referred to as RICO. The rapper is also accused of involvement in criminal street gang activity, as well as facing charges related to drugs and firearms. According to prosecutors, Young Thug, along with 2 individuals, played a key role in establishing a notorious criminal street gang known as Young Slime Life, YSL, in 2012. The gang, they claim, has affiliations with the larger Bloods gang. The indictment further alleges that Young Thug contributed to the widespread recognition of YSL by incorporating references to it in his music and social media presence. Alongside a comprehensive set of charges, the August indictment encompasses a diverse catalogue of 191 actions, spanning from 2013 to 2022, which prosecutors assert were carried out as part of an alleged conspiracy to advance the gang's objectives. Among the charges listed is an accusation that Young Thug made a threat in July 2015 to shoot a security guard who requested him to vacate an Atlanta area mall. The indictment further claims that Young Thug rented a silver Infiniti sedan, which was later used in the murder of a rival gang member named Donovan Nut Thomas. Additionally, Young Thug and his associates are accused of possessing various illicit substances with the intention of distribution on multiple occasions. The remaining defendants who have yet to stand trial are Marquavius Huey, Diamante Kendrick, also known as Yak Gotti, Quamavius Nichols, Rodalius Ryan, and Shannon Stillwell. Among the defendants who have already admitted guilt to different charges before the jury selection are Sergio Kitchens, known as Gunna, Quantavius Greer, Unfunk, Young Thug's older brother, Trontavius Stevens, Tick, and Antonio Sledge, Maunk Tunk. To support our channel's growth and ensure broader awareness, kindly hit the like and subscribe buttons. This will help us reach more individuals and disseminate valuable information. Thank you in advance.